Hello, everybody. Welcome to the very first episode of The Salt. This is a brand new show I'm going to do about eSports and my involvement within it and my thoughts and my feelings on being a team owner and why I think it might be the most difficult thing I've ever done. And this series is just going to be a chill out vlog. Me, I'll probably have drinks. Lord knows sometimes I'll need them. Today I have coffee because it's early and I'm getting a fresh start. And after last week's podcast, everyone was like, do your show, dude. We want to hear your thoughts. So even though I put it off long enough, I think now we should start. I feel like I should definitely thank at the beginning Alienware for being a sponsor of my team. They have done nothing but be there and help out and get us computers and stuff and just be amazing. So shout out to those guys. And to the fans who have watched the team, thank you so much. But this isn't about any of that. This is sort of like a reflective vlog. This is a show where I talk about esports and being a team owner and my thoughts and my feelings and what it's like behind the scenes. This isn't a show about bridge burning or about calling people out or about starting shit. This is just a show where I vent to you my frustrations and then just sort of let it go out into the ether. I don't want to start shit. This isn't what this is about. This is just a show where I need somewhere to express my feelings. And as much as I like doing it on this week's podcast, I think a lot of you wanted this. And a lot of you want to know what was going on behind the scenes. And I'll be honest, I want it too. I need somewhere to shout. And sometimes you can't do that to people in the esports community. If you complain to anyone in the esports community, they will come for you because it's like, oh, he's weak, or we can use that to our advantage, or we can... That's not how I do life. So I instead am going to make this a series. And it'll be a weekly thing where I just sort of talk at you and hope you're there to listen. And I probably won't respond to comments. I might read a few, but I'm not going to respond. I'm not going to get involved. If you think something I said is stupid, great. If you agree with me, cool. But this isn't really for back and forth. This is just to talk. And so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start with the first episode being, why did I get into esports? Because honestly, this is one of the hardest things I've ever done. It legitimately is mentally taxing. Just to be involved is just a mess. Just a mess. It's a pain. I don't even know how to describe it. I got involved originally because I liked Heroes of the Storm. And I'm a big Blizzard nerd. And I really, truly wanted to be involved more than just playing the game. I saw this new MOBA coming out. I wanted to be involved in it. It was simple. It was something that I liked. I didn't care that the rest of the world was like, that's not even a real MOBA. Fine, great. That works for me. I had a ton of fun. So I thought, well, I don't have the time to be as involved in playing it as much as I'd like to, but maybe I could make a team and get involved that way, be in the community more, really support the game. Well, I decided to create the team after the BlizzCon show match that myself and Sohinki and Lasercorn and Husky and Crendor won. And I was like, that might be the best we'll ever do, but I feel like I'm in this community. Blizzard's having a good time with me. I'm having a great time with Blizzard. Everything's awesome. Why not? Why not make a team? We don't need to be the best, but at least we're involved, right? We're just in the community. And I think my assumption was that the community would be something like what my relationship with Sohinki and Lasercorn and Husky and Crendor was. When we went into that show match, aside from knowing Husky and aside from knowing Crendor, I didn't know Lasercorn or Sohinki. I had no clue. And when I met those guys, they were legit really good, really fun people to be around. And because I met them, then I started hanging out more with Sinvicta. And Sinvicta's very good. And Sinvicta is a real nice guy. And because I had so much fun with those guys, I ended up hanging out with Malik and the Wong brothers and guys on the other team. Just all sorts of new people. And it was really, really great. And I felt like, wow, it's a smaller game, which means the community will be sort of tighter knit and more welcoming, and I was thrilled. I was like, this is where I want to be. This is where I want to throw my money, because let's be honest, being in esports is like throwing money constantly, and I really, truly thought this would be something I would love. In fact, aside from the close-knit community, everything else I think was wrong. I was just wrong. The vast majority of people that I've met, aside from people I've mentioned and a few other very special cases, the vast majority have been just like utter pricks. Just the worst. I don't even know how to describe like the type of personality that it requires to have in esports, but I would say like ultra type A personalities, like people who are so full of themselves and believe they are just amazing. And I get that if you are like the number one team, if you're the number one team owner or you're the number one team coach, damn right, you have every right to be that way because you're the best. But I think everyone has that attitude. And even the people who are awful have that attitude. And it's weird. Even streamcasters have that attitude. And I honestly truly believe it's because it is Blizzard. It's a Blizzard game, and Blizzard is so influential and so powerful that when people are involved in Blizzard products or involved in those communities, it's like, yeah, Blizzard recognized me, Blizzard did this, Blizzard that. I understand. Look, I was doing Cataclysm stuff, being posted on Blizzard sites, being posted on MMO Champion. TB and I had like a hardcore battle, 2010, I think, when Cataclysm came out, to get Blizzard's attention. Like, we love that shit. I understand it. I feel like time and reflection have definitely killed that part of me, but, and I know a lot of people are going to be like, it can't be that bad. Jesse, it can't be that bad. I would honestly, truly say, talk to more esports people. Pretty much everyone will tell you similar stories, but I've told this story before. Very first experience I ever had in esports. It was at Here's the Dorm, days after I had made my team, and I was pulled aside by the PR manager of another team. Not even going to say which team, doesn't matter. She said to me, I swear to you, you don't belong here. We don't want you here. You're wasting your money. You're not even going to get good players. We have all the good players. You should have just sponsored us instead. You should leave. Like, that was the gist of the conversation. And I was like, what? Why would you say that? And at first I was like, oh, she's just trying to get under my skin. This is some sort of, like tactic to make me fear the league or something like that. And I was like, all right, well, I'm interested to see what happens. Can't wait to see out there. And that was like just the start. There's a lot of like behind the scenes drama. There's a lot of smugness. There's a lot of just high school-esque attitudes. And I understand that because a lot of people involved are young, like early 20s, just sort of getting involved in their life. But when you're like in your 30s, you realize like I don't got time for that. So I hardly stay involved in the day-to-day aspects of it anymore because I've just had such a bad experience. Yeah, I don't particularly like the community now. And it's sad because it's the reason why I got involved. Because I thought it would be, based on the experience that I had, a great thing to be in and a great thing to be a part of. And I wanted to be a part of it. And I wanted to show, like, I don't even have to be good at this game to want to celebrate the game. And so far, it's just been like, we don't want you here anyway. So take your celebration and go somewhere else, I guess, really is what I've gotten out of it. And so, yeah, that's just like one layer of this cake. There's team management, there's dealing with players, there's trying to like outbid other teams. And trust me, they have a ton of money and a ton of cash inflow. There's tournaments that I fundamentally think were run wrong. There's what I would consider collusion on like grand scales. I mean, these are all subjects for future episodes. Like, I'm going to try and keep it one subject per episode, because I could just go on and on and on, and I don't want to do that. I want to take time to have a break, mentally recombobulate, and focus on what I'm trying to say, because clearly I'm at the point of rambling right now. But I feel like what I wanted to achieve in esports hasn't been achieved yet. And so I'm chugging along, seeing what will happen. I'm not trying to be a winner. I'm not trying to be the best, but I'm trying to be involved. And it seems like every step of the way, I'm being told, we don't want you. And it's weird, because when I first started, Blizz was like, yes, we totally want you involved. My assumption was that because it was a MOBA that I think everyone understands, except for maybe a few very hopeful people at Blizzard, everyone kind of understands Heroes is a game that will never overtake League and never overtake Dota. It's kind of like Star Wars The Old Republic, Guild Wars, every MMORPG in relation to WoW. Everyone understands nothing's going to overtake WoW. WoW's the big one. And I think in this scenario, Heroes of the Storm came out a little bit later, sort of riding the MOBA coattails, hoping that people from other Blizzard games will quit what they're doing to go play this. It's relying on you loving Blizzard characters to play this game, basically. And while that's great for me, I always assumed it wasn't great for most people, and they're going to stick to what they know. And what they've known for a long time is League and Dota. And when they see this new game and they see how easy it is comparatively, they're going to be like, I don't want to play that. Great, I don't want you there. Like, I want it to be pretty easy breezy, beautiful cover girl. I want it to be smooth. And that's the assumption that I had. I think had I not ventured into esports, that's the assumption I still would have. Because turns out esports is basically like throwing yourself into the world that I didn't want to be involved in. And I was clearly wrong in my assumptions of what esports would be like. It is not at all what I thought it would be like. And even though I knew that it's a business and that it's sports and that usually they're all cutthroat, right? Usually every sport has a cutthroat business behind the scenes. I assumed differently about this game, and I was wrong. And that's a me problem. That's my fault. I guess by learning the hard way and learning that I am a solid, type B personality. I don't like the whole, I'm going to get all confrontational. We're going to do this, and now I'm going to, backstab you, and I'm going to try to... I would rather just treat people with respect and sort of let people do their own thing. And, my players, I try my best to accommodate them rather than force them to, you signed a 1-year contract, so sure you want to go back to school, but you're with me for another year. I don't know that I am compatible with the esports world and the stress and craziness that comes along with it. But with that said, I firmly believe that it's something I should stick with and see where it takes me. Because it's an experience, it's a ride, it's an adventure. And sometimes adventures suck. Sometimes they're awful, but you learn things from them. And right now I'm learning a lot. And I just can't wait to share with you and express my feelings to you and just vent to you about this process. I already feel a little bit better already, just being able to speak on it and, share. So I guess going back to why I got in and why I decided to make a team, which I guess was the whole point of this episode, even though I started to ramble, my apologies. Again, I did it because I wanted to be involved in something that I knew I would never have the time to get very good at, that I never would be very good at, but if I could be involved in any way with a brand new Blizzard game, I wanted to be. Because I've been a Blizzard fan for 20 plus years. I played their games. Lost Vikings was one of the first SNES games I ever actually played and owned. Warcraft, loved that. StarCraft, I loved StarCraft. I've played everything that they've made, and I'm a big freaking nerd fanboy for them. And so just to be involved just to support them in some way. I just wanted that so badly. And I think what I wanted and what I got were probably two different things. And I've definitely learned a lot of lessons. I'm sure some of you watching this will be like, first, it's not even a real MOBA. Second, you've only been in esports for like 5 months, bro. You don't even know. I would respond to you with like, I disagree. 1. 2, I think that 5 months is long enough to learn about the dark side of esports. Trust me. I really just want to see this endeavor of mine have some bright side to it, because daily, the more I'm involved, the more I see the dark side. And it's definitely something that worries me, but I don't want to let it bother me. So I'd rather share with you, and I'd rather vent, and I'd rather get it all out the Irish way. Get it all out. And that it's true. That's my MO. My Irish side takes over. I yell, I scream, I vent, and then I'm good. You've seen me play video games. You know how I work. And I feel better. And hopefully this will enlighten you guys as to what I'm going through, some of the things going on in this little world of Heroes eSports. And we'll just sort of have a chat every week. Hopefully you're in on that. Hopefully this was good enough to keep you coming back next time. And I will see you then with next episode. And if you want to give me suggestions about what topic I should talk about next time, by all means, please do. I'll read through the comments. But yeah, I thank you, and we'll see you next time. As always, to be continued.
UFO Commander, we are the future. We're gonna take you to the future. Then we're gonna get to the future, where everyone talks like they're from the future. UFO Commander, we are the future. We're gonna take you to the future. Then we're gonna get to the future, where everyone talks like they're from the future. Hello there, old sport. Me, just got number one out of the land. The bee's knees, the tip-top shape, I'm swell shape, and I'm gonna make a fortune for my ass for more. Shut the balls up! UFO Commander, we are the future. We're gonna take you to the future. Then we're gonna get to the future, where everyone talks like they're from. Shut the balls up! UFO Commander, we are the future. We're gonna take you to the future. Then we're gonna get to the future, where everyone talks like they're from. Shut the balls up! Give me that! No! No! No!